Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to my art channel. I'm your host, Shurma here. Tis the holiday season and it reminds me of lovely poinsettias. So, yes, let's paint some red poinsettias today. Here is the list of supplies which we will be using for today's project. Let's begin with Chapter 1, Materials Needed. Here I have a white watercolor paper and it has a stencilled background and its size being 9.5 centimeters on all sides. So it is essentially a square piece of paper. Now these are the brushes which I would be using today. I have a flat brush, number 4 and a number 5 and a liner brush. Alright, so let's move on to chapter number 2. Red Poinsettia paint. Here comes the palette: white acrylic, red acrylic, terracotta and yellow acrylic. I'm using a plastic sheet as a palette. I'm using brush number 4 and I'm loading it with white acrylic and red, and I am blending the colors well. I've gone ahead and added a bit of yellow as well. So you see, I'm loading the flat brush number 5 with 3 colors at the same time. This is known as multiple loading of the brush. Now the technique which I would be using for creating the poinsettias is called as stroke painting. It happens to be a technique where the shading, highlighting as well as blending happens in a single stroke of the brush. Isn't that amazing? Well, it is one technique which can give rise to beautiful results, and it is actually used for creating lovely flowers and nature paintings. So here you can see I'm using the flat brush number 4 along with the 3 colors to create the bracts of the poinsettia. What are bracts? They are the modified red leaves. Now poinsettia are native to Central America, as we all know, and they are mostly houseplants. They are used as holiday decorations, and it is said that they also have medicinal values. Poinsettias symbolize goodwill and community spirit. Hence, I thought it would be the right painting for this lovely holiday season. Poinsettias usually have a dark green foliage, and these red parts which you see, these are the bracts of the poinsettia. The flowers are yet to come. You will see them as we near the end of the tutorial. Now poinsettias can also be painted in shades of pink, white and peachy orange. Now if you would like to know more about the stroke painting technique, then I would definitely encourage you to please visit my past video tutorials, and I would be very happy to drop some of the links in the description box below. And you can also go ahead and click on the I button, which you will find here at the corner of this particular screen. So once I'm done with the placements of the bracts of the 3 poinsettias, I will move on to the next chapter, that is painting the leaves. Are you enjoying the painting so far? Well then, brace yourself for the leaves. So here comes the palette for the leaves. I have sap green, dark green, grey acrylic, terracotta, red acrylic and yellow acrylic. So here I go ahead and add a bit of white acrylic as well. So I again would be using the same set of brushes. So I'm loading my flat brush number 4 with sap green and white and a bit of yellow. So again, I have 3 colors on the same flat brush. I need to blend the colors very well. Once I'm satisfied with the hue, I will go ahead and paint the leaves. So here I'm trying to find strategic points for placing the leaves. I need not fill the entire piece of paper with the leaves or else it will look cluttered. Now if you want the leaves to be darker, you can add a bit of dark green to the sap green color. Variation in the colors of the leaves create a lot of interest in the painting. So I'm trying to fit in the leaves in the small spaces. If you have noticed, the green leaves surround the red bracts. So that is what I'm trying to mimic here. Now this particular leaf has a lot of yellow, as you see, so it looks very light. This leaf has pointed edges. Can you see them? Yeah, so that is more like a poinsettia leaf. Because it is more visible, so I thought I would make it a little more authentic. I will go ahead and make some smaller leaves now, while making them pointy. I go ahead and try to fit in one more leaf here. Next, I bring in grey and white on flat brush number 4. Now these are some very light leaves. I am trying to fit them in spaces which I have missed out, and this will just fill up some of the blank portions. That's it. But I don't want them to be very visible either. The spotlight should be on the green leaves and not the grey ones. So these are sort of filler leaves. They will also blend with the background because grey and white is not a very stark combination. I go ahead and paint some branches to connect the leaves, and I'm using a liner brush for the same. At this point, I bring in my liner brush with acrylic red on it and a bicotta, and I'm trying to create some berries. I add a little speck of white to show the light areas. Next, I go ahead and try to create the center of the poinsettia where the flowers will be sitting. I am using deep green on my liner brush along with some yellow spots followed by white dots. And that completes the little panel. Next, I would be turning this little painted panel into a lovely note card. I created a golden frame around the painted panel and mounted it on a white note card. So my dear friends, that brings us to the close of today's project. And did you enjoy watching me create the red poinsettias on this note card? It would be great if you let me know in the comments below, and if you have any queries, please feel free to connect with me on my social media handles, and it would be a great pleasure to be in touch with you. And as always, thanks for watching till the end. We'll be back soon with more interesting painting videos. Till then, take care of yourself and bye-bye.